How pleased are you with your team performance, and what do you have left in the tank for this last week?
Well, we have some left in the tank, but going back, I tell you, this team has taken on a personality and a toughness factor that you always want for them, but the way it's being expressed in these games, the way they're playing 4 quarters, and obviously the fifth quarter being an overtime, and they're having a good time. They're believing. They're taking the coaching. They're getting corrected, and there's an eagerness to just keep playing the game. And I think that's where when we went to overtime last Saturday, our guys were like, all right, great, let's keep playing the game. And that's what you want as a head coach. You want a program and where the staff members and the players, they really do love the game, and they're not looking for a perfect situation. They understand the circumstances will come at them however they come at them, and whatever those are, they need to deal with them, and they did. They kept that positive attitude. They kept playing, and we come out with another game-winning field goal.
Talking about that game-winning field goal, for the second straight week, Jacob Hall had a game-winning kick. Just talk a little bit about his development and what it's like to have a kicker where you can put him in a game like that and just know he's just ready to go.
Yeah, Jacob, he can't talk highly enough about who he is as a person, who he is as a team member, a leader. But to have a guy who is ice that he is with those kicks is tremendous. When I was playing college football, we had a guy named Jason Elam on our team, and Jason, he's one of the best kickers in the NFL and all that, but it was how much confidence that brings a whole team. I remember as a player, you knew when you cross a certain place, you got like almost 3 points ready to go. So with Jacob, I could tell the team's confidence just builds up. So when we cross that 50 and continue to move in, you just feel like, you could take different chances as a play caller on offense. You can continue to move forward, but you just believe in him. And you couldn't be more happy for the guy. And the team is so happy for the guy because he's that great of a person. And so to have him come through for his team the way he did, to do his job is tremendous. And so my hat's off to the young man because he's really done a lot since he's been here.
This upcoming week, we're playing a familiar foe in Central Washington. What do you think it's going to take to beat them this time?
Well, it's going to take our best effort. I mean, Riley is doing a great job of running that offensive system, and I think one guy gets overlooked in the big picture of all their numbers is James Moore, also their left tackle. But the combination of James and Riley, and they're competitors. They're well prepared. Ian, their head coach, always has a really good system set up and a good complements for it. So we've got obviously our hands full. I mean, they put 74 points on an opponent last Saturday. So they play great defense. So we have got to be able to say, hey, we're on point with everything, all hands on deck. You're going to their place. It's an exciting football game. It's a championship week football game, and so we're in the game we want to be in. So we've got to just say, hey, today with Monday, make any corrections we got to make. Prepare ourselves the way we need to prepare for it. But you're going to have all you want with college football, and so we're pretty excited about that.
What are going to be some of the most important matchups that you're looking within that game to say, if this matchup goes our way, it's going to be a good day for the Cougs?
Well, last time we played him, Riley's legs really got going, and he's he can run the football well. And then the very next week he played Western Oregon, and he's running 5-step concepts. He's reading the progression. So it's one of those things where you got to say, okay, we need to take away this, but when you do take away this, just know they have that. And so what it ends up doing is, your prep time defensively becomes a lot during the week. You can't just focus on one aspect. And then defensively, they bring so much pressure from so many variety of different ways, and they run well on defense. Where our matchups in the O-line versus their D-line is one you got to watch at, because I think they have a very aggressive, fast-paced O-line, and then their secondary. To watch them, you want to see some good one-on-ones. Look at what's going on with their secondary and our receivers. So, for a football fan, it's going to be a great game to watch, because it's just two great teams in our league coming together, and I think arguably two of the better teams in the nation are coming together playing football, and it's going to be a crisp day, 46 degrees up there, and they've got a brand new venue that their donors and their administration put together for the football team. So you can see their commitment to football, you can see their commitment and how that presents the university, that they want to be out there, and so I think for us, you're excited to play this game. And now our focus back to us is just more of, hey, this is the last week of college football that we know about. I've got some really cool seniors on this team, and this is a cool team. I love this team. so proud to be what they've done, and you have such a good time with them. I think to me, I'm just going to try to win today and make sure I make the most of this day with these guys and say, hey, let's just enjoy it. Let's get to work. Let's focus in what we got to focus in on, and then not look past anything. Just say, let's just take it one day at a time.
And then I wanted to just reflect a little bit on the accomplishment that you had personally over the weekend, and before this, we were just kind of talking about some moments years ago that feels like it was yesterday. But you know, you look up and you've been the coach here for I think it's 13 seasons now, and you set the all-time wins record with Saturday's win at Humboldt State. How meaningful was that? Just kind of knowing the situation that your team was in, knowing just how special of a game that was. Just maybe not in a positive way from Humboldt's perspective, but obviously a very, very cool environment, great football game, and to get that all-time win in that game. What was that accomplishment like for you?
Yeah, you know, obviously I'm blessed, and you know, God's been so gracious to me and to this program, and it didn't really hit me until the bus ride going home, but what a perfect setting that was. You know, the thing I look at it is, you know, I'm really grateful to the university for giving me a chance as a head coach. I'm grateful to the university for sticking with me in this program when there was some downtime. There was some times when I probably wasn't a very good head coach, you know, and you can look at the record. And so, but your assistant coaches that you were going to be around, and I mean, just, you know, I've been very blessed and fortunate with amazing assistant coaches who know football, do a great job coaching football. I mean, that record is not a one-man record. And then I'm also the players. Players play the games, players win the games. I've just been fortunate enough to be the guy who's be able to hold that head coaching clipboard throughout this time and help have some vision and direct. But it's been a huge collaboration. And so humbled by the accomplishment, grateful to all the people who've been on this journey with me, and it's just a lot to say of the kind of people here at Azusa Pacific. And so, you know, we've had to overcome quite a few odds. I don't think our program, technically by the book or when you open the books, should be in this situation, because the factors are so the challenges, are so large against us and how they scholarship us, how many you know, staff people have, you know, facilities, and yet, you know, there's been players and coaches who's just said, no excuses, we have more than enough, let's find a way, and we have. And so I'm very proud of the people who've been in the program. Ultimately, people coach the game, people play the game, people are the greatest asset that will ever be in football, and I think we've got some of the greatest people here at Azusa Pacific.
And I just want to follow that up as you talked about the people, but I think there's a special bond between all the head coaches that you know, that you stayed connected with. You know, even going all the way back to Milhan, whose record that you broke, that he's up there calling your games, he's around campus, he comes by your office. You're still in touch with Peter Shinnick and Vic Shealy, and just how special is that bond, and how unique is that to have that relationship with guys who've all been head coaches in the same place?
Well, I'm blessed to have that bond, and so, you know, Vic and Pete and I will see each other at the AFCA convention. You know, obviously Jim will stop by, and I've got a great relationship with Jim. But it's first time I've heard of it where the coaches that have been in Azusa Pacific, there's just this unique bond to where when we see each other, we just know what we've all gone through, what we're going through. And you just know there's a special connection. I think it has to do with just what this university means to all of us. And to find a university that says we're that committed to people. We're not right all the time, and we're not perfect all the time, and heaven knows we got to get better in a lot of things. But one of the things that anyone who walks away from our university is they walk away from there was a genuine sense of love and community there that you just don't find anywhere else. And the secret sauce, I think, to the success of our athletics in totality is that the athletes and coaches find the personal connection here that you just can't buy. And you can't build a great facility and say, oh, hey, here's this interjection of personal connection. That has to be genuine, it has to be organic. And Azusa Pacific has a way of fostering that. So the leaders that come out of this program are able to, you know, find or take it and apply it elsewhere, to where, you know what, I mean, Pete's having such a great success in West Florida and what he has, just because he understands it's about people. You need the facilities, yes you do. You need the scholarshiping, yes you do. You need to recruit, yeah. But if you, as a leadership, you don't understand how to connect people with people, how to see people behind the face mask, then I think at some point it's so transactional that if the circumstances aren't going well, people are going to start falling apart. That's where I think Azusa Pacific is so different in the leaderships we produce out of here. And so all the coaches that seem to leave from us and go on to bigger things, I think they're able to say, man, one, they didn't find such a special connection they did elsewhere, but two, they were able to reproduce it because of the experience they had here.